Welcome to Wealth Master. In today's video, we're going to dive into a fascinating and slightly unsettling topic: how famous brands use psychology to influence our buying decisions, whether we realize it or not. We'll explore the clever tactics these companies use to make their products irresistible, and by the end, you'll have a much clearer picture of the subtle ways they shape our shopping habits. It's easy to believe that we're all rational consumers, weighing the pros and cons of every purchase. We like to think we're in control of what we buy. But the truth is, for decades, brands have been perfecting psychological strategies that bypass our logical thinking. They tap into our emotions and subconscious, guiding us to say, "Yes, I need this," even when we don't. Let's pull back the curtain on these marketing techniques and explore some real-life case studies that show just how deeply brands can influence us. First, let's talk about visual shorthand and perception manipulation. Think of Nike. Their famous swoosh logo is more than just a checkmark. Over the years, it has come to represent athletic excellence. Through clever branding, sponsorships with elite athletes, and their iconic "Just Do It" slogan, Nike has created an image that goes far beyond sportswear. Every time we see the logo, we associate it with performance, achievement, and success, whether we're buying a simple t-shirt or the latest sneakers. Other brands do this as well. Luxury car companies like BMW and Mercedes-Benz use sleek, futuristic designs in their ads to make us associate their cars with power and prestige. Even though many vehicles perform similarly, these brands create an emotional connection that elevates their products in our minds. Then we have fast food brands like McDonald's and Burger King. These companies are experts at making us feel emotionally connected to their food. Their ads show families and friends enjoying meals together, reinforcing the idea that their food brings happiness and warmth. However, the reality is that most fast food is heavily processed and not as healthy as it seems. Yet, thanks to this emotional marketing, we often reach for these meals when we crave comfort or connection. Next is social proof manipulation. Have you ever bought something because it was labeled a bestseller or because it had glowing reviews? That's social proof in action. Brands know that we're influenced by the opinions of others, so they highlight positive feedback to sway us. Sites like Amazon are masters at this, using product ratings and reviews to make us think, if everyone else likes it, it must be good. Even if the reviews are mixed, seeing something as popular makes us more likely to buy it. Another great example of this is the now infamous FTX cryptocurrency exchange. They didn't just rely on reviews, they brought in celebrities like Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen to endorse their platform. For a time, the star power alone made people trust the brand. Even though FTX later faced major controversy, the celebrity endorsements helped them attract a large following initially. Now let's discuss artificial scarcity. Have you ever rushed to buy something because it was limited edition or part of a special drop? Brands like Supreme use this tactic brilliantly. By producing limited quantities of their clothing and accessories, they create a sense of urgency. People line up for hours, driven by the fear of missing out. This artificial scarcity makes the products seem more valuable, even though they may not be. This tactic isn't new. Consider De Beers and diamonds. For over a century, De Beers has controlled the diamond market, creating the illusion that diamonds are rare and expensive. They built an entire industry on the idea that diamonds are the ultimate symbol of love, convincing people to spend large sums on engagement rings, despite diamonds being more abundant than their marketing suggests. Another tactic brands use is perceived value elevation. Luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Hermes have turned ordinary items like handbags and t-shirts into status symbols worth thousands of dollars. How do they do it? Through branding. They create an aura of exclusivity and craftsmanship, often highlighting their origins, whether it's French glamour or Italian craftsmanship. By wrapping their products in this image, they justify the high prices, even when the products themselves aren't much different from everyday items. Even companies like WeWork have played this game. At its peak, WeWork wasn't just selling office space, it was selling a lifestyle. They used tech jargon and visionary marketing to make people believe they were part of something revolutionary. In reality, it was simply a shared office space model, but the branding elevated its perceived value. Now, let's look at tribal identity. Some brands use social issues to build loyalty among certain groups. Patagonia, for example, has positioned itself as an environmentally conscious brand. Their customers don't just buy products, they feel like they're supporting a cause. Every purchase feels like a step towards saving the planet, and this sense of purpose creates deep loyalty. Nike also tapped into this with their 2018 ad campaign featuring Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback who protested police brutality. By supporting Kaepernick's stance, Nike didn't just sell shoes, they connected with people who shared the same values. However, this strategy can be risky, as it sometimes polarizes audiences. Bud Light recently faced backlash after partnering with a transgender influencer, losing some of their traditional customer base. Finally, there's exploiting cognitive biases. Some brands go beyond marketing to directly exploit human weaknesses, like our tendency to overlook risks or trust authority figures too easily. Big tobacco companies, for example, spent decades downplaying the health risks of smoking, even as evidence of its dangers mounted. Their ads played on optimism and the belief that smoking wouldn't personally harm individuals, despite the overwhelming risks. Another example is the opioid crisis, fueled in part by companies like Purdue Pharma. They aggressively marketed OxyContin to doctors, downplaying its addictive potential. By trusting medical professionals and the authority of the pharmaceutical companies, many patients ended up with devastating addictions. So what does all this mean for us as consumers? While there's nothing wrong with brands using storytelling, creativity, and clever marketing, there's a fine line between persuasion and manipulation. It's important for companies to remain ethical, providing genuine value and transparency, rather than relying on tactics that exploit our emotions or biases. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Wealthmaster for more deep dives into the world of business, branding, and psychology. And remember, the next time you're about to make a purchase, take a moment to ask yourself, am I buying this because I need it, or because I've been influenced by clever marketing? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.